A Plague Tale Innocence is a game that came highly recommended to me, and when I started playing it, I could understand why. It's got a real different feel to your average RPG, but it's not without its flaws. So, let's get into the review. In this game, you play as Amicia, a young noble whose life is turned upside down when a mysterious plague of rats takes over her homeland, and she is forced to escape and survive with her brother Hugo. Amicia's only weapon is her sling and her bravery. But don't get any ideas about taking down hordes of bad guys with your sling, because A Plague Tale plays more like real life than your average RPG, where your sling has a limited attack, but one swipe from an Inquisitioner's sword will quickly end your life. This means the game plays more like a sneak-in puzzle-solving RPG more than an action-packed sword swinger, and it's quite refreshing at first. As you progress, you gain more skills and more tools to use and more tools to add to your sling, and then those tools help you and your brother get to safety and to navigate the ever-present rats and the deadly Inquisition. And in fairness, at times, it's not easy. It does force you to think, and sometimes you have to tactically assess the puzzles and the obstacles and work out how to get around and what you're going to do next. Some of the things that did annoy me, though, is the more you play, that some of the puzzles tend to get slightly repetitive, and you end up quite often distracting soldiers and waiting for them to move around the map so you can progress. And by the end, your familiarity with how to do this takes away some of the jeopardy that you felt in the earlier game. The storyline and the world building, though, is very well done, and is integral to the character development and the relationship between the two siblings. I actually did feel myself feeling sorry for Amicia at times, as she really is just doing her best to keep her and her brother safe. As you travel through the story, you'll meet various companions who help you at times, and some that may betray you. The backdrop of a plague-struck middle-aged France is quite often a grim picture, and it certainly adds to the atmosphere of this game, especially when the rats turn up and literally devour everything like a horde of piranhas. They were literally the best part of the game and the most fun to deal with, though, again, once you get the hang of it, it's not too challenging. Overall, A Plague Tale Innocence is a dark and grim world where everything is rotten and everything is trying to kill you. Mixed amongst it, though, are some genuine moments of humanity and characters that are well done enough for these moments to actually land properly. The atmosphere is great, though I do feel that the game sometimes doesn't do enough to capitalise on the chaos of the world, as most of the AI is largely predictable, and the fact that if you get into any sort of fight, it always ends in your death, and that can get quite annoying. I do give kudos to the developers, though, for trying something new, and I certainly would consider playing the sequel, but that's a video for another day. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.